Yo, what up, fam? Hope your 2023 has kicked off with a bang. It has been a good year so far. Pretty much, I've just been stuck in the editing bay, editing loads of videos, editing a lot of weddings right now. But I wanted to hop on and talk about Sharegrid of last year and kind of just sharing some results of what happened last year and showing you some ideas of what I have for the future, especially this year of 2023, because I would definitely want to push it some more. For the year of 2022, I made $5,228 on the Sharegrid platform. Now, 8 of those 12 months, I was present and facilitating rentals. I was meeting up with people, renting equipment out to others, and then people would come to me and meet me. Now, I wish I was present 12 of those 12 months because I think the potentials could have been so much more, but I don't regret it because my wife and I, we were out of town, we were out of the country for a bit, and we just couldn't facilitate it, and I did not have systems in place so that others could rent our equipment. From the months of January until May, I had a lot of repetitive clients, and most of those clients I didn't even experience again in the months of October to December. Now, it was kind of unfortunate that I kind of lost those relationships, but a few have come back, most have not, and maybe most of them just don't know that I'm back on the platform and renting out to others. In those months, it was really nice to have these repetitive clients because they would come back every other weekend or every weekend to rent some equipment from Sony's, GoPros, Blackmagics especially. And it was really nice to just see them again and be well acquainted with them and see what kind of work they were up to. Almost everyone that rented from October to December weren't repetitive clients. They were all new people that I was experiencing and renting out to others. And so they weren't renting every week or every other week. I was constantly meeting new people, and they weren't needing the same thing over and over. It was mostly just trying out some sort of equipment if they wanted it to purchase, or they just had a small project and they just needed that extra camera. This year, I definitely want to implement more repetitive clients, whether it be incentives or bonuses or affiliate marketing kind of style. These strategies that I want to put in place could be from 10%, 15% off if they rent more than 5 or 10 times. I haven't quite decided yet, but I would let them know once I have confirmed those details and be like, hey, you've rented from me 5 times. I am willing to give you 10% off every rental after this. Or you rented more than 10 times from me and I'm willing to give you 15% off after every rental. And so that gives them a discount if they want to rent that equipment again or try something new. Or I let them know every time I meet somebody new, be like, hey, just letting you know, here's a little promo that I'm running. If you rent from me 5 times or 10 times, you get X amount off in the future. So maybe that would give them a reason to come back and rent from me time and time again. For the past few weeks, I've definitely been pushing charging a fee of delivery or pickup from the client, whether I go to them and meet them wherever they want me to, or I go to them and pick up the equipment and I charge $30 each way. So that can be $60 round trip, and most people don't want to pay that, so they'll have to meet me a local area where I'm at. Now, I definitely don't recommend sharing your personal address. I share a Kroger or a supermarket or a gas station just down the road that's only like 2 or 3 minutes away from me, but I don't have them meet me at my personal address. I used to live really close to downtown, and so I was really centrally located, and that was really nice for a lot of clients. They would drive down, meet me at my place, and it was at a loft, so I felt comfortable sharing my personal address when they had to go through several gates just to meet me, or I go outside those gates and meet them outside. This year, I don't plan I don't anticipate my wife and I taking such a extensive time away from home where we can't facilitate rentals like this on a day-to-day basis or every weekend. Now, I don't regret it at all, but from the busy months of January until April, I was averaging $758, as well as from November and December. So those months were the busiest, and the months of May and October, I was half-time present here, or I wasn't present the whole month, and half of it was gone, half of it was here, and so I just couldn't facilitate it and push it as comfortably as I wanted to. So I did some calculations, and those averages would have been really nice if I stayed from the months of June all the way until September. I could have been making an extra $3,800, and if those busy months of May and October were fully booked like they were throughout the year, and the busy months could have made an extra $800. So in total, I could have been at $9,800 for the year, but again, I was just away and I didn't want to deal with trying to set up systems of have a relative or a friend facilitate the bookings when I am trying to grow more into this as well. So this year in 2023, I definitely aim to break that 10K mark and be consistent throughout the whole year, meeting with clients, renting out more equipment, getting new equipment to rent out even more, and have more options for others so that they can rent from us time and time again. That will require doing more research, and I do plan on sharing more of how I plan to do that research with everyone on here, and I appreciate everyone watching. And maybe this Sharegrid pursuit could be something where you could make some extra side cash, or it be a side hustle for you throughout the year of 2023. So if I were just to go on Sharegrid right now, as you can see, the highest earners were the Red Komodo, which is a $6,000 entry. So it's a pretty pricey camera to get into, which can be rented at an average age of $350 per rental. So that could be like the whole weekend or maybe 4 or 5 days, depending how long the client's project is. One day of this camera in the Atlanta area is about $125 per day. So doing the math, can equate to quite a bit every week or every month. Now, I highly doubt that the Red Komodo would be booked out 50% of the month, or maybe even 20% of the month, but if you were to have maybe like 7 days booked of the whole month, this is a significant return. This year, I also plan on making several videos right here where I will be explaining and going into detail of how to set up the camera. I have several rigs like the Blackmagics, Sonys, Canons, and I need to show people and clients how to set it up, because sometimes I get questions of, hey, don't know how to set this rig up, can you help me, can you FaceTime me? And sometimes I just might be at inconvenient hours, like in the evening. Sometimes I could be out with friends or with my wife on a date, or just out and about with my wife just doing said things. And I don't entirely want to be interrupted and try to have to FaceTime somebody and explain and to go into detail of how to set up the rig when I provide all the equipment. So to troubleshoot that, I do plan to implement systems where I can show and just send a link. Hey, if you have any questions of how to set up the equipment or the rig, here's a link. You can watch my YouTube video and it'll go into detail of how to set up the equipment, which I think people will find really helpful. And they might even see more equipment that I offer, or even see all the videos that I can create and information that I can share with others as well. So I do plan on making a video every 2 months related to Sharegrid and Sharegrid rentals, and showing how that journey is to reach that 10K mark. And maybe you can implement those strategies into your Sharegrid side hustle or your extra side cash. So I hope your Sharegrid venture goes well, and that it is a slow burn, but it's definitely worth it. And having clients that are just happy trying out new equipment, or just getting to know you as well as a creative, because you never know what kind of gigs that they might have that they need more help on. And if you're a photographer, videographer yourself, you can go onto those sites and those redo. So I hope your Sharegrid venture works. So I hope your Sharegrid venture takes off and grows. And understand it is a slow burn, because it's about volume at the end of the day. Having more equipment helps, but just being kind to clients and just being repetitive and consistent, and it can go a long way, and clients will be really happy with the equipment that they rent. Consistent as in the equipment looks good, it's clean, it's available for them, there won't be any learning curves too much about the equipment, also helps a lot. So I hope you found this information helpful. I appreciate you watching the video and taking the time and to learn even more about Sharegrid and what it is. It's been a really helpful tool for me, and an extra little side hustle that I've created in the past year and a half, and just growing my equipment base and having that catalog of equipment to share with others. So I hope you found this information useful. Feel free to give it a like if you did, and comment, let me know what kind of information, what kind of videos you want me to create and share with others as well. And subscribe if you want to see more of this consistently. Cheers. See you.